Howdy hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's Wednesday, the last trading day of March. What's going on today? Well, we got the NASDAQ is up over 200 points, but the Dow's kind of flat. Okay, so what does all this mean? Where is the next big move in stocks? Now, the NASDAQ has come down. It's kind of been trending sideways for a while. Well, I think that trend's going to continue. I think it's going to do what's called backing and filling. Anyways, what that is doing is building a base so that it can build up energy to make its next move. Now, maybe that base holds and we spike up higher. Maybe it doesn't hold and we go lower. My guess is in the environment we're in of this printing of money that we're going to go higher, but I don't think it's just yet. I think we got another couple of weeks of backing and filling. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say it? Well, the VIX is a volatility index, and it's relatively low. It's right around $20. But if you look at the options, go out till April, go out till May, look at the options on the VIX. Now, if you look at the $20 puts and the $20 calls, they're trading for about the same amount. They're, let's say, right around $1.50. Okay, so they're trading at the same. If we were going to get a big move one way or the other, you would see maybe the calls trading at $3 where the puts were only $1.50. But when they're trading basically the same, it means there's no conviction in which direction the market's headed right now. It's building energy, it's backing and filling, building the base. And my guess is that we're going to move higher off of this base, but not yet. Not yet. We're going to do some backing and filling. Yes, we're up 200 today. We may be down 200 tomorrow. I don't think the market's ready to take off just yet. But I do think it's going to take, when it does take off, I do think it's going to be a higher move. Why? Because of the printing of money. The money has to go somewhere, and where it goes is into the financial assets. It goes into the stock market. It goes into the real estate market. Now, what have I been doing? Well, I've been buying the miners. I think the miners are cheap. They got killed yesterday, just clobbered, beaten down. The miners are the GDX and the GDXJ. I like them. I think they're cheap. I think they're a good buying opportunity right now. So I picked up a couple of call options. I'm going long on the miners. That's about all I'm really doing today. The pullback was yesterday, and yes, we're starting to move up off of that pullback. Did we hit a low yesterday? Was that the capitulation, the big sell-off? Maybe. I'm not sure. But I do believe that they're cheap here. I'm buying out till May, June, July. I'm buying call options, dated out, and I'm buying them on the GDX and the GDXJ. Now, what I want to talk today a little bit about is the taxes. It's tax season. I'm getting my taxes stuff over to my accountant. Normally it ends on April 15th, but the federal government came and said, hey, you can have another month. You don't have to file till May 15th. So that's all good. That's fine. But what I want to talk about is how they're trying to get in your pockets and get your money. The government is trying to get in your knickers. That's just what they're trying to do. They're trying to take your money. Yes, they are. They're trying to reach into the pants pockets and steal your money right out. Okay, why are they doing this? Well, let's look at Biden. Biden wants to increase taxes. He wants to have the largest tax increase in the history of the United States. Now, why does he want to do this? Well, because he wants government to be bigger. He wants government to be bigger. Now, he's telling you, he's only going to take the money from those big corporations. He's only going to take the money from the rich. But let's think about this. So what does he want to do with corporations? Well, he wants to raise their taxes by a third. Okay, so basically he wants to suck the money out of the corporations and give it to the government. Now, do I want the corporations to have the money to invest, to hire employees and to expand? Or do I want it to go to the government so they can squander it away? That's what the government's good at doing. They're good at squandering money away. Now, I don't mean to be negative here. I love what the corporations do. I want them investing that money back into research, back into development, increasing their employees and expanding their business. I believe the private sector is the way to go, not the government sector. Now, Biden believes he wants a bigger government. He wants more government. Do you want more government? Now, here's my thinking also. Okay, so we all got to pay these taxes. Why do we have to pay taxes anymore? If they're just going to print money, can't they just print the taxes? Of course they could. Of course they could. And believe me, they're going to print so much money, but they're going to tax you also. So they're going to take 1/3 more of the profits from the corporations. Okay, that's going to go to the government. All right. What else does Biden want to do? He wants to get rid of capital gains. Capital gains, he wants to take it away. Look, when you invest in the stock market, you invest, let's say you invest in Tesla, and Tesla doubles. Do you want to give the government half of the money just because they were your partner? You took all the risk, you put all the money in, but the government's going to take half your profits. Is that what you really want? That's what Biden wants? Maybe it'll happen. He might get that through the House. He might get that through Congress. I'm not sure. But that's his plan. His plan is to increase corporate tax by 33%. And he's planned to do away with capital gains, which would go from 20% to 40% then. Right now it's at 20%. Okay, so that's big taxes. But here's the one that really gets to me. Here's the one that really gets to me. The new proposal for a driving tax. A driving tax. The more miles you drive, the more tax you pay. Now, it sounds fair, right? Everybody drives, and if you drive a lot, maybe you should pay more. I don't agree with it, though. I just don't agree with it. We already have what's called the gas tax. Now, if somebody can explain the difference between the gas tax and the driving tax to me, put it down in the comments. I would love to know. I don't know the difference, but here in California, we pay 68 cents on every gallon in taxes. Same in New York. They're at 68 cents also. The two most expensive states are New York and California. 68 cents tax on every gallon of gas you buy. Now, isn't that a driving tax? To me, that seems like a driving tax, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like one to you? I don't know. I just know that they want to tax you any way they can. They want to get your property taxes going up. As houses go up, they want to keep the house prices up so they can raise your property taxes so that you can pay more. Now, I know the government's broke. I get that. They're broke. Well, stop printing money and you won't be broke. I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now. Now, do you guys want bigger government? I do not. I do not. I want to shrink the government. I want to cut it in half. Half. I want to just cut it in half. Look at right now the government. Our GDP in the United States runs roughly $20 trillion. Do you realize that the government is responsible for 40 to 50% of the GDP just on the money that they're printing, on the money that they're spending? The government is responsible for 40 or 50%. Now, what happens to the private sector? When the government gets bigger than the private sector, it puts the private sector away. And the private sector is the one that takes care of the government. The government does not take care of the private sector. They'll tell you they do. They'll tell you that we take care of you. We send you stimulus checks. Woohoo! We're the ones taking care of you. No, without the private sector, there is no government. All of the money comes from the private sector. The government does not make money. I'm sorry, they do not. They tax the private sector for it all. And the more they spend, the more they have to tax you, and the more they have to tax me. That's why they're coming out with the driving tax. That's why they want to do away with the capital gains tax, and that's why they want to tax the big corporations. Now, a lot of people tell me that, oh, Mike, Biden, he's going to get those rich people. He's going to take all their money. You see, this is where people are naive. People are naive when they think this. They think they're only raising the taxes on the rich. Okay, here's what the government brings in taxes. They bring in about $3.2 to $3.3 trillion. That's all combined. That's not just the rich. But here's what they spend. Here's what the Federal Reserve prints. They printed $3 trillion for the last stimulus, $2 trillion for this stimulus, $4 trillion for the infrastructure that's coming stimulus. What is that? It's like $9 or $10 trillion. That's taxing the poor people. When they print the money, inflation goes up. You go to the grocery store, you're now paying the tax on the loaf of bread. And I'm not talking about the sales tax. Sales tax in my state's like 10% already, but you're going to have that inflation tax. that loaf of bread is going to go up 20, 30, 40% a year. And who's going to pay for it? The poor person. It's not the rich person. Biden's not taxing the rich. He's taxing the poor with the premium money. If the government stops printing money, then I'll be very happy to pay my taxes. But right now, they're just squandering the money away. They're just squandering it away. They're trying to figure out every way to get into your wallet to get your money. Now, maybe I'm a little fed up and maybe this has nothing to do with trading stocks, but it does have something to do with it because it's about money. It's about money. Next move in the stock market, going higher. Next move from the government, they're going to take half your profits. That's all I got to say today. I'm Tall Mike. Get out there. Have a happy Wednesday. We'll talk again soon. If you like this stuff, I always appreciate that thumbs up. You know, it's just me and you. We got about 50 people that watch my videos. I don't know. I hope you enjoy them. Anyways, if you do, give me the thumbs up. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.